Hi, I'm Scott Youngquist, Medical Advisor for Salt Lake City Fire. I wanted to prepare this message to introduce myself, give you a little bit of background about myself because it's going to take some time for me to get to know all of you. There are some couple hundred of you out there, so I'm hoping to meet you over time, but let this serve as kind of an introduction until then. I moved to the Salt Lake Valley in 2007. I'm married, I've got 4 kids. The oldest is a 11-year-old, and I've got a 2-year-old as the youngest. And so I'm busy at home, like many of you. I work at the U as an ER doc. So I train medical students, residents, and practice clinically in the emergency department. I've been able to meet several of you when you bring patients to the emergency department at the U so far. I did my residency training in emergency medicine at a hospital called Harbor UCLA. And if you've ever seen the series Emergency, the old paramedic series, you've seen my hospital. It's the stand-in for Rampart General. So it's an old county hospital where a lot of crazy stuff goes on, a lot of gang shootings and stuff like that. It was great training in emergency medicine. After I graduated, I had an interest in emergency medical services and in cardiac arrest resuscitation. And I did an EMS fellowship for 2 years with Los Angeles County EMS. And during that time, I got to serve as the medical director for the J. Michael Criley Paramedic Training Institute, and I got to do some additional training in EMS. It was a very fun time, very interesting time for me. And after graduating from that, in 2007, I moved and took a job at the University of Utah, as I mentioned. So I've been a little bit out of EMS for the past few years. I'm excited to get back into it. And my philosophy regarding EMS is that it's a vital public service that we do. If we just had a fire service, there wouldn't be, with the success that the fire department has had in preventing fires, there wouldn't be enough business for a viable sort of 911 service. And since you guys are always at the ready for an emergency, it's the perfect crossover situation for cardiac arrest resuscitation, which happens at a moment's notice as well, and that you can really intervene on. And my philosophy is that you're the primary resuscitation service for cardiac arrest. It's not me in the emergency department. So when you bring me a patient, I don't have anything to offer that patient aside from what you've already done in attempting to resuscitate them. We can, in the hospital, provide them post-cardiac arrest care if they have return of spontaneous circulation. But in the emergency department, my chest compressions are not going to be any better than yours. My defibrillator is not any better than yours, and my medications aren't any better than yours. So I really think that in the field, paramedics should resuscitate patients either to a return of spontaneous circulation or to the realization that the situation is futile, and to calling the arrest and arranging for transport to a morgue, frankly. And this is a little bit different than has historically been done when it's get the patient to the hospital as soon as possible. I think that's actually harmful in the situation of cardiac arrest, just throwing somebody in, dashing to the emergency department. You can't provide good chest compressions. You can't provide a good resuscitation for that patient. So that's primarily what we do, is take care of cardiac arrest, although there are a million other things. Obviously, we respond to disasters, and we take care of patients. We get patients to the right place at the right time if they're having a STEMI or a stroke or it's a trauma patient. And we can provide some comfort, some anti-nausea medication, some pain medication. We can splint patient. All of those things are very good and very important because they're very, very common. But in terms of saving lives, cardiac arrest and fires are the two main things that we do to save lives for the most part. So anyway, that's a little bit about my philosophy. I'll update you with changes as they come along, hopefully with a video explanation or some video-based training whenever possible, since it's hard to get out with my schedule to each of your stations and provide one-on-one training. But we'll do that as much as possible. We'll try to do some one-on-one training with procedures and things like that. I hope that if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you will email me or you'll call me. My phone number is 801-683-9055. 801-683-9055. That's my Google Voice number, so that goes to both my agency phone and my cell phone, and if I'm not available, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. My email address is in exchange at scott.youngquist, Youngquist, @slcgov.com. So like I say, I'd love to hear from you if you've been dying to suggest something and you haven't had a chance in the past, or you feel like now's a good opportunity since there's a new guy there to make the request again. Feel free to do that. We had one of the paramedics made a suggestion for ODT Zofran. That's the dissolving tablet that you can get by mouth. I think that's a great idea, and we're going to try to do that. So you guys are the ones who know what's going on in the field and can make the best suggestions about ways we can improve, and I hope you'll do that. Anyway, that's all for now, and I hope to meet you and talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.